Okay, so I scrapped the other idea of having the two pieces of angle iron. I've just went with one long piece, 4-foot piece of 1 1/4 100 gauge. So I've drilled it through down there. I've also put 2 holes here and here at approximately 8 inches separating them. I am now working on this, which is going to be a pull bracket for the lever arm. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I got done here. So basically what I have is I have these 2 pieces of aluminum. They are about 5 feet tall, 5 feet long. And what I did is I drilled holes right at the end at 12 inches, and I believe that was 27 inches, 46 inches, and a couple holes down at the bottom here. This is going to give this rigidity so that there's, when this is turning back and forth, it reduces the sway. What I've also done now is I built a bracket like this. And so this is going to hook on to this clevis mount like that. This is going to tie in with the other one, which is going to be up here on the top 4-bar, top span of the 4-bar. That way, when it is the cylinder is pulling on this, it's actually pulling on both at the same time instead of pulling on one and pushing both of them up on the far end. I think it's I think the physics of this work, but I don't know. I was never very good at physics. Okay, so what we did is we put the tower up, measured where the absolute level was, so where it was 90 degrees across here, right? Oops, sorry. So you can see 90 degrees across here, which would be the halfway mark of the stroke on the air cylinder. And then we found the most, where that would line up, and so this is it. This is the point. So I built a bracket out of angle iron and then a thick piece of flat stock. I may actually reinforce this across here because the pull is really going to be upwards as that cylinder retracts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and weld that up, and then probably weld the bracket onto there, the clevis joint onto there as well. So just to show you those linkages and to explain what they're for. So this one will be at the end of the lower of the lever arms. The clevis mount on the air cylinder will attach here. This will be on the top lever arm, and there will be a bar that then links them together so that when this pulls, it's pulling this with it. Looks pleasant out there, don't it? So I just wanted to show you where I'm at with this build. I've mounted on the bracket that will, for the clevis, for the bottom of the air cylinder that is running the 4-bar. And you see I did put, there we go, I did put another piece in there just to rigidize that. That is not going anywhere. I ground down all my welds, but I didn't have to. My welding is actually getting really good. It's not looking like popcorn anymore. So I'm very happy about that. I also put a cap on the top just to keep the weather out. And there, of course, are my holes. About 2 inches down from the top, and then 8 inches separates the two of them. And I may play around with that a bit. I'm not sure yet. I may increase that distance. We'll see. We'll see once I get the extension piece put on the 4-bar itself. So I just wanted to show you what I'm using for those 4-bar lever arms. So this is a piece of aluminum, and these are scraps left over for when our company does elevator installs. So I think it's some sort of trim, and you can see that it's got all these edges and bevels and stuff, and that adds a lot of rigidity to it. They're 5 feet long. It'd be nicer if they were like 8 feet long, but they're 5 feet long. So I think that's it's very light, even when it's all doubled up. I feel I haven't applied air to the air cylinder yet, but that big air cylinder I feel is going to have no problem lifting this at all. It feels very light, so I'm happy about that. That means that I can run everything at a lower PSI, which is important. One thing about this stuff is it's kind of like power amps. You want to make sure you have more than enough power there to do the job, more than enough headroom to do the job, so that you can run your power amp or your, in this case, air cylinder, not wide open, as it were. You know, if it took all of the 110 psi to move that lever arm, you haven't got anything left in the tank, right? So if you can run it easily at 30 psi, you still got a lot left there. So basically all I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint this stuff up. As far as using these pieces, you probably could get away. That air cylinder could probably easily lift square stock aluminum of that length, and it may even be able to lift a lower grade of or a thinner walled square stock metal. Don't know though. This feels very light. Metal would definitely feel a lot heavier. So if there's companies like us, durable medical equipment suppliers in your area, by all means go and talk to them and see if they have any scrap that they would be willing to let go. You know, the companies that install elevators, you know, it's just trying to find a good source for scrap stuff. So anyways, I'm gonna put paint to it now.